Hello everybody and welcome back here to High Button Sports as we get set for another game here in the U15 League. We got the Bandits and the Wolverines on the game here today. My name's Jeff Warburton, bringing you the call. As 15 minutes on the clock here in the U15 League. Have not done too many U15 games yet this year, but happy to be here, bringing you the action as at one point, many moons ago, I was the main commentator for the Bandits, so always nice to come back and do a game here at BMO, and we've got a big one here today as these teams close in the standings and valuable points on the line. Let's get right into it. That puck worked in on the end boards. Back to Berger. Berger, he looks for a shot and it gets tipped away, and it's Camus. Camus down the right side. Camus looking for an angle. Camus with a big shot on to start off, and that one gets stopped as it's sent in on net in a hurry. Almost had the breakaway. Was chasing after that, past that blue line, and it went just a little too far down there into the corner to really square it up. Puck dropped there. One on back. Harris. He'll spin looking for Young. Young touch passes that to Burke. On and off the stick of Burke and in back the other way. Harris behind the back play. Trying to stick handle that in the corner. It rolls off the end of the stick and played back to Harris. Quickly sent in there by the Wolverines as trying to catch the netminder Fry off guard. In along the end boards. Looking for that, comes back to the blue line. Low shot. Works around the end wall. Now near the ringette line, they keep it in. Shear onto it for the Wolverines. Shear anticipating the check there and lays it. Comes back around. Near the blue line, couple hits laid here early. Bedford and Halifax from right down the road from each other, so a little bit of that built-in rivalry every time these two teams meet. Doesn't matter the level or the age. It's just a natural thing. McDonald plays that down low. McDonald chases his own puck into the end boards. McDonald trying to center that. Bandits go heads up. Trying to go for the lead pass. Wolverines pick it up, but O'Hearn hard on that puck, playing Berger pretty nicely there. Now Rutledge takes a bump. It's down there in the right side corner and whipped around the end boards. Bandits, cut back play. Try to back that out in front. Fed into the end boards. Centering pass. No one home. Now another shot. That one looking like a good opportunity, but it gets saved. Back to Parsons. Parsons slaps one in, but it ricochets into the glass there on the end boards. Williams picks this up for the Wolverines. Looking for that stretch pass out. No icing as it was tipped. Pointing to the player, and Fry's going to leave it for her defender. Parsons. Chop play into the middle. Rutledge picks it up. Sends it back to where it came from. In along the end boards. Now to the left. Back to Ripley. Ripley shoots that. Bounces on the end board. Comes back on the other side. Good pace of play here to start through the first few minutes. In along the end wall. Kopech gets a shove. Conlon works that back to the blue line. Shot goes wide into the right side corner. Worked off into the wall. Parsons tries to feed that ahead. Wolverines bringing the body here early. Burke picks it up. Burke, he'll start to move. Burke with a burst of speed, trying to find a lane. Down through the middle. Burke had it about 90% of the way there. Loses it at the last moment. Wolverines down here front as Harris lays out Kopech. And that'll get a big cheer from the bench, rightfully so. Bandits pass over to the right side. Hand it off in behind. Puck in there. And worked up ahead by McDonald. McDonald in over the blue line. McDonald shoots on Fry. And we get a whistle here after a buzzing first few minutes. Face-off will be on the right. Puck dropped in. Sent around the end boards. Trying to center that puck. Wolverines on and off the stick, and now sent in down the left side. And Sim chases, but that'll be an icing as we return here to the right 4 minutes into the first. Little try here on the right. 2-2 the shots. I'm liking the pace of this thing to start out. YN. Hits off a shin pad. Robertson tries to chase that into the corner. Robertson back around. Camus trying to muscle that through. Camus down the right side, and he might have numbers. Camus passes off. Breakaway on front and can't get the shot off. It was a good look there. Shear now back the other way. Shear down the right side. Shear off the pad of Fry. Leading pass to the right side. Wolverines keep it in there on the line. Trying to bring that back up and offside. So Camus and Schlender combined there for a good opportunity, but no shot registered on that. Face off down here in front. Chandler gets that back and behind, and a hard shot in there is going to go way over the glove and wrap around. Bandits looking to set up here. Back to Parsons, and he makes the wrong move and now chases after it with McDonald on his back. Parsons and McDonald going at it. Parsons loses that to McDonald. Wolverines here on the right side. Played back to Williams. Williams shoots that in. Fry scoops it up on the move, and a whistle there as we cross the 5-minute mark into this one. Face off in the right end. Drop down. Bandits lead that up the right side. Looking for Young. Young picks it up past center, shoots that in. It'll be steered to the corner. Young chases that, gets to it first. Young rolls off the end of the stick back to Hayes. Hayes, D pass there, shot through traffic, not going to make it. Kopech looks for it as well. Kopech, lead pass to the middle. Schneier hands that off just onside. Conlon shoots, goes wide. Pressure on Chandler. Young going to pick that up, played over to Robertson. Robertson, the long-time Bedford player, a staple of some of these AAA teams over the years. Down the left, Chandler. Chandler steps in. He gets a shot on. Easily saved there. Whistle as we have 9 minutes now. Face off to the left. Puck dropped, and now up ahead for the Wolverines. Wolverines in through center, going to work that around. Shear now with it. Shear on the end boards, kind of flutters that puck. It's still loose in front there on Fry, and she'll cover it up. Well, not get the full cover as McDonald kind of chips that back in behind her, but the whistle had gone. And they'll have to gingerly separate the players down there. Picked up back to YN. YN shoots, save made, and now some pushing and shoving again as things are getting chippy in a hurry here between these two rivals I was talking about earlier. As little T Swift hits the airwaves here. And some chirping as they head to the bench. So that's going to be a penalty against the Wolverines. As Latira, Lataraya, I'm thinking. Sorry, first time seeing that name, folks. Like I said, still getting used to some of these U15 players in here, but we'll continue on here on the left side. 2-on-2 board battle. Bandits looking to come out with it. Burke battling through traffic, hands that off nicely to his D-man. Back to Burke. Burke now stepping in, moving to the left side. Burke shoots. Nice save there. Rebound loose in front still. Going to come back to Burke. He hands it over for the pass, but it was off the mark to Camus. That was a good look early in the power play. Camus slows it up on the blue line. Makes a cut move on the inside. Camus tries to get it to the middle to Schlender, but it's going to come over to Burke instead on the left. Burke picks up and works it on the end boards. Into the corner, Camus. Rutledge lays the hit to the line. Easily brought down. Shot high. Rebound comes out again. Some quality players here on the Bandits power play as they're trying to move this around. Camus misses Burke with that pass. Picked up by the Wolverines. Back to the blue line. Backhand. Misses to Sim. Sim for the Wolverines. Tries to get that out. Kept in by Camus again. He makes a cut move on the blue line. Tries to hand that off to Burke. Burke picks it up nicely. Good move down low. Burke hands out in front. And a nice chance there. Trying to swing that in. 29 seconds to go on the power play. They've been in the offensive zone the entire time. Camus jumps back. And Robertson's going to chase as they get the second unit out there. Some good play there by the Bandits, but couldn't finish it off. Bandits up the right side with 4 seconds to go on the power play. Back to 5-on-5 here now. Chandler shoots that back in behind. Williams tries to get that off. It's down there in the left side corner. Push to the middle. Spun out. Back to Parsons. Bounced off the puck there, Berger. And save was made. Back to Parsons. Tried to slap that up ahead. Now grabbed by the Wolverines as they move it up. In over the blue line. Parsons backhands over. Bandits up ahead. McLean, the second-year Bandits player. He'll start to move to the middle. The captain tries for another shot through traffic. Rebound there on the doorstep. Backhand. How did that one stay out? And Wolverines avoiding that just by the skin of their teeth. Over to the right side. Shot. That one rolls in behind, and another good chance as the Bandits in control currently. Pass, though, out of the reach of Parsons. A little too much mustard on that one. Parsons turns it over there to Shear. Shear. He'll head into the end boards. Swings that out in front. Backhand missing. Smith. McDonald slaps that in. Back in behind for Parsons. McLean chases along the boards. Bandits with a lead pass. Another one that gets him behind and is shot down to the end wall. Wolverines over to the left. Crunched in along the boards there. Puck goes high in the sky, comes back down. Cut move on the inside, Hayes. All the way to the outside. Gauthier keeps him there. Flip back into the feet there, O'Hearn. Bandits regain possession. Picked up, trying to get that to the middle, trying to force that through some sticks. Offside just by a hair. It'll be touched up, and with 4:42 or 3:39, we have a whistle. Face off here in front of us. Good first period here so far. Chances at both ends. Bandits with more possession, but almost equal in chances. McDonald starts to skate that ahead. Knocked off the stick there, Schlender. Now shot Fry snags that out of the air. Save made. Face off on the right. And the Bandits end here for the puck drop. One back, 2-on-2 the other way. Camus looking for an edge. Camus to the outside. Camus shoots, goes wide. And the arm up as a penalty behind the play. The Wolverines, for boarding, will head back to the box. Seven white, 2 minutes for boarding, so another kill needed here as Rutledge sits for two. Face off to the left. So the power play that looked good the first time around. Trying again here. Picked up, shot down in a hurry. Oh, and Fry, little body contact in there. She's getting involved. Up ahead, over to Cameron. Schlender tries to go down low to Burke. If he would have caught him, he would have been wide open in front. Right look, just couldn't get that puck through. Robertson. Camus picks it up and starts off on the move. Down the right side into the zone. Camus in behind the net. Circling back. Camus shot. Hits the end boards. Over to the right. Bandits back to Robertson. Across the blue line. Camus down low to the top of the circle. Burke circling. Trying to find a lane. Touch pass. Missing Robertson. That one might be in behind, and it could be a break the other way. McDonald looking for an edge. McDonald shoots. Save made. McDonald still with it, though. Has Kopech in front, but elects to shoot off the post. Burke now going for a skate. Players draped on him. Backhands as they enter the zone. Smith pressuring. Burke picks it up. Has Cameron in front. Shot goes wide. Burke trying again. Hard pass back to Hayes. That one somehow stays in to a gasp of the crowd. Worked into the wall there. Down low is Hayes. Picked up, trying to move that ahead. Ayoit. He circles around. 13 seconds to go on the penalty. 2:24 to go in the period. Up through the middle. Ayoit goes pretty low and causes a big old collision. Back to the line now. Shot. Oh, off the glove. That was a stinger. Harris tries again. He'll go along the end boards. 2:10 to go here in the power play, or in the period. Back to 5-on-5. Pass back the opposite way. Face off here to the left. Good action here through the first. Two minutes remaining here in the first. Over to the left side. Wolverines slap that up ahead. Shear trying to catch up, but they'll get the whistle. Face off coming. Puck dropped. Back and around, Young chases. Young down there along the left side corner. Shaking off a hit, Chandler going to work. Wolverines work that back out in front. Parker played over to the left. Brought in and snagged out of the air there as 1:27 now remaining here in the first. Face off to the right. Back in behind. Camus down to Harris. Harris back over. Bandits in the feet. Harris, he looks. Gets it across. Trying to swing that out back in front. Wolverines shot into the back of the leg. Bandits, now Camus. Puts it on one side, picks it up on the other. Sharp angle shot, rebound, bouncing in front. Still loose, now covered up. With 1 minute to go here in the first. Still zeros across the board. Looking to get that up ahead. Camus chips into the end boards. Wolverines pick it up. Looking for a rush here. Schneier. Schneier down the left side. Shovels it over. Picked up in behind and now a lead pass. Burke. Burke up ahead. Burke looking for some open room. A little shove again mixed in. Halifax. Back the other way. McDonald. McDonald finds a lane on the right. McDonald has to pass off, but it gets tipped high. And a great play there by Robertson to stop the cross crease. Back down for McDonald. McDonald tries to square it up. Williams stepping in. Shot tipped wide again. 5 seconds to go here in the period. Wolverines looking for one last chance, but they're going to run out of time. So 0-0 after one. Back for the second in a moment. All right. We're back here at the second period of action. Puck pushed down the right side. Back in along the end boards. Try to hand that back. Landry intercepts. Ayoit goes in on the boards there as they pile up looking for that puck. Leading play, that could have been bad, but avoiding the trouble there. A couple players offside though for the Wolverines, and now the arm goes up. And it'll be to the power play for the first time this game, the Wolverines. Two minutes for roughing, I suppose. So Hayes will sit for two. Power play early here in the second period, still scoreless. Puck, one back to Gauthier. Down here in front. Gauthier has Ayoit behind him. Wolverines. Nice hit laid there by Schlender. Back down on the end boards. Gauthier. Picks it up and surveys. Cuts back around, it's loose in front, backhand! And the Bandits get a chance on as that one flew in the air. Wolverines up the right side. Good job playing the body there. Schlender brings it in, offside. They get the whistle though, and a good start there. Face off coming. Puck. One and work down the right side. Wolverines get up ahead with it. Bringing that in for the first time on the power play, Wyan. He'll bring it in along the end boards. Cut back over from the corner. Hand it off. Conlon gets down to Sim. Sim. Back to Wyan. Over to Sim. Sim looking for a lane. Puck ricochets to the corner. Kopak. Back to Wyan. Over to Kopak. Wyan. Through traffic. Stopped into the end boards. Kopak. Works around the blue line. Trying to get that down. Out of the reach of Sim. Sim gets worked into the boards. Conlon now. Conlon. Knocked at, and that'll exit the zone. Back in behind for the Wolverines. Wyan. Head up. He'll circle back in behind his own net. Wolverines. Survey. Hand that over there to Lataraya. Lataraya down on the corner. Backhand pass and a great play there as they get a whack at it. Fry stands tall, but a nice little spin around move there to get a chance there on the power play as it just runs out. So we're back to 5-on-5. McLean. Played over. That one's down low on the left side and behind. Bandits. Look up ahead. Trying to find a burst of speed here. Camus. Down over the line. Camus rolls off the stick there as he tries to cut to the middle. Hard into the boards. Harris jumps in. Shearer lets the hit go. Burke now with it. Burke picks it up. Burke backhand. Loose in front. Nice job keeping in there. McLean tries to play it on front. Spinning, whacking. Shot. Slender. Got a good whack at that from right in the slot, but the save made. Backhand into the end boards. Harris. Left side. Wolverine shot. Blocked. Another chance on Fry. Makes the save. Comes loose, but Bandits there to pick it up. Into the feet there of the ref. Along the end boards. Puck's handed off. Over to O'Coin. Back in behind for the Bandits. Harris on the backhand there. Up to Camus. Whoa, and Ripley lays him out there. And that gets the bench up here for the Halifax side. Rutledge avoids the check. Rutledge in over the line. Tries to snap one there. Sent into Fry, and she'll cover it up. There's about 4.5 minutes, and they're still pumped up on the bench about that hit. Face off to the left. One on back, Sim. Sim, seeing eye shot, looking for that bottom right corner, got stopped. Schneier off the pad. Puck goes in the sky, comes back down. Bandits poke at it. Kopech spinning around, shot in front, and a glove save there. And maybe the best of the game there for Fry, as she's getting tested here early in the second. So the momentum was on the Bandits side there in the first. Now it's flopped back the other way. Another chance on. Half a second off the clock there. Puck dropped. In behind. Bandits looking for it. McDonald. McDonald tries to feed that in front. Poke pass there. Now foot race to it again. Ayoite down the right side. Wyant into the end boards. Trying to spin out of it there now. Centering pass. Stopped. Stick lifting. Ayoite down low. Back to McDonald. McDonald head up. Gets it across here. Lataraya. Played over and hits the back of the net. Fry will watch that go, and it's a big old pile up and behind. Not the first of this game, won't be the last. Back on the left side. Lead play to Ayoite. Ayoite off the boards. Into the end wall, Williams. Williams. Hard pass. Sauced over to Rutledge. Rutledge. Back down low. Whoa, and Rutledge goes in hard. Looks to be okay, though. Bandits trying to avoid the check there. Young up ahead. Just onside they go. Now Burke. Burke in front. Backhand scores. And a Burke beauty as the Bandits take the lead 1-0. Got that puck down low. Cut it back around. And Burke has our first goal of the game here with 13:47 to go in the second. Back to center. Puck picked up there. Played over to Young. Young feeds that up ahead to Burke. Burke tries to toe drag in. Comes back around. Move back over for Williams. Williams snaps the pass back to McLean. McLean, little chip play. Burke circling in the zone. Tries to fire that on. Sharp angle shot there. And the arm goes up for the net being off. Face off coming here on the right. Puck dropped in there. Trying to center that puck. Again, Wolverines pick up. Conlon with the stretch pass. Offside, touched up. Face-off will come outside of the zone. Puck. Let's chop that over there on the left. Trying to play that through. It was sent into the end boards. Halifax surveys. It's over to Conlon. Conlon. He brings it over the red line. Sent past the stick of Fry, wrapping around. Back in on the corner. Harris gets worked into the wall. Along the end boards. Wolverines back to the blue line. Shot by Wyan. That one stopped on a dime there in front. Puck still loose though. Over to Sim. Sim. Shear. Shot into the shin pads. Camus. Flips it up. Back down to Wyan. Camus tries again. Wyan picks it up again. Now to the half wall. Wolverines step in with a time to shoot. Shot, score! Defensive breakdown there for the Bandits. And that results in a goal and a penalty after the whistle. So it's a 1-1 game here, and I believe it'll be power play time coming again for the Wolverines. So Harris is going to sit. For cross-checking. Go back to center. Puck dropped in. We got an even game, and now Wolverines looking for their first lead of the game. Sim. Back and forth effort here, though, so far. It feels like it's really kind of been like boats of momentum. Not back and forth over and over, but like a couple shots here, some defensive plays, then a couple shots the other way. Pressured. Goalie's being tested. Down low here now. Shear shoots, and a nice save there by Fry. That thing was labeled top shelf. And they say the glove was the only thing stopping it, and it got there in time. Face off to the left. Picked up McDonald. Over to Wyan. He'll try to backhand it through, and doorstep just off the puck, kind of blows up off the blade there. Now chance in front. Wolverines trying to get it over. One-timer in front, goes wide. So clock wasn't going there for over 20 seconds. And, you know, that's a little more substantial when it's power play time. Obviously, that's got the coaches off the bench here to my right. And it was at least 20 seconds because we're at 10:40. They're at 11:10. Is that one almost sniped over the shoulder? It stays out. Wolverines. Over to Rutledge. Rutledge looking for a lane. Rutledge down the right side. Gets hauled. Puck around the glass. So Harris gets told if he doesn't get a whistle, he's going out at 20 seconds. Pressure by the Bandits down low. Back up the wall. Ayoy picks it up, fires it back in. They'll get fresh legs out there on the PK for 8 seconds. Wolverines up through the back end. Worked it along the board. Shot goes wide. Now they're saying come back in, and just a big old mess here. So some confusion there for sure. Trying to get that penalty done. An explanation needed on the left. Okay, so they're going to let that clock run down to going to let that run down to what looks like 9:56 remaining. So we'll add another 10 up here. So penalty over, and we're into the second half of the second period here now. Picked up by McLean. He takes a bump. Back and behind, Kopech. Kopech. Down low to Conlon. Conlon. Wraps that in behind. McLean. McLean up the boards. Wolverines. Trying to find Conlon again. Kissed off the glass. Williams. Over to Parsons. Parsons hits the side of the net. Tries it the other way now. Lead play. Up ahead. Looking for this puck. Gets back down low. Spinning shot. Looking front, and a nice save there as that took a funny bounce and hit the glove. Had to stay sharp there as the whistle goes. Puck moved up through the middle, trying to bring that in over the line. It's hard on the red through center. Pass sticker Ripley. Back of the high, Gauthier shot. Ripley now. Surveying. Back to Hayes. Hayes. In behind, Ripley. Surveying. Puck bounces off the stick there in behind. Ripley. Gets the red line. Shoots it in. Rolls up the stick. Bandits pick it up. McDonald grabs as they get fresh legs out there. Sim now shot on. Rebound. Still loose there up front. Backhand save made by Fry. Another chance and they score. 4 good whacks at it. And the Wolverines will score 2 to take the lead. And some chirping still going on here. Some bad blood for sure being. I think maybe I'm just used to being up in the booth with some of our other rinks. Haven't been down here on the ice, the ice level as much this season, so you definitely hear all of it down here in an exciting game with the things on the line. And in on net, scores back the other way, just like that. 2-2, and that is how you respond. Camus, who's been all over it all day, finishes one off, and this has been a good game here so far, folks. That might have been 10 seconds later. The game's tied. Puck dropped in over to Sim. Sim gains the red line. Puck into the end boards. Harris. Harris over to McLean. To Ayoit. Backhand up the wall. Chasing. Camus. To the end wall. Rutledge put some pressure on. Falling down and behind the net. Wyan gets it over to McDonald. Or at least tries to. Bandits pick it up. Now Sim. Sim lead pass up ahead. 2-on-2 the other way. Shot to the end boards. Grab down low. Bandits surveying. Over to Cameron. Cameron In over the line, onside. Cameron drops it back. Shot there. Can't get through by Smith. Over to Harris. Harris reverse checks there on the blue line. Down low. On and off the stick. Wolverines now up through the right side. Toe dragged in. Camus goes down. From the corner. Smith tried to get in on tried to get in on Kopech. Up the wall. Comes back to center. Chipped at. Grabbed on the other side. Lots of time to shoot. Rebound. Looting in front as that was wide open for half a second. Kopech back the other way. Kopech on the left side. He overskates the puck. Kopech over to Shear. Shear. Loraya tries for it. Bandits pick it up. Flip it over to the left side. Touched back to Cameron. In along the end boards. Under 6 to go here in the second. Another whack at it. Puck still loose on the corner. Lead pass up through the middle. Chance here. McDonald tries to get the pass through, and a nice job there with the stick by Parsons. He stuck right with that all the way. Up ahead now. Over to the left, and offside they go. Tight on the blue line. Puck down, and that'll be sent for the icing as about 7 seconds clears off the clock. 22-20 for the shots. It's been a bit of a shooting gallery here through a period and 2/3. Face-off will go down to the right side. Down from the corner, Sim. In behind, Wolverines, survey. Chipped off the wall up to Rutledge. Bandits, chip play. Looking for it on the other side. Sim will grab it. And delayed penalty against the Bandits now on Burke. Kopech, shot, patted aside. Looking for it, McDonald. Toe dragging in around. Bandits need a touch here. Delayed penalty still. Back of eye for Kopech. Robertson pressures on the end board. Back to Wyan. Picked up on the blue line. Finally touched by Robertson. That'll be 2 minutes for holding. So Burke's going to sit for 2. Face off on the left. Shot from the point. That one rolls off the stick. Now on the left side. Into the glove here, Cameron. Cameron going 1-on-1, trying to at least, because work it down low on Wyan. Crushes him in there. And Wyan is going to be slow to get up here. Cameron shoots, save made, rebound, and he's still down there in the corner. Whistle goes, but a good play there by the Bandits to keep that puck moving in the offensive zone. So Wyan is going to have to come off, and he'll be looked after. Face-off will be to the right here. 4 minutes flat left to go here in the second. Discussion down low, and well, it was a pretty hard hit along the boards. I think they kind of caught him in that shoulder area. That's what's laboring him, so gonna head off, and we hope he's all right. No penalty was called initially. Okay, so 4 minutes to go here in the second in a 2-2 game. That's been a battle from the first puck drop. Wolverines fan on as Williams tries to get it out. Worked in around, Williams back in behind, Wolverines, McDonald. McDonald getting pressured, he makes a man miss. Trying to find a lane, Wolverines in over the line, toe drag, shot goes wide. Back down low. Bandits fire it into the end boards. Green slows it up. PKers change there for Bedford. Over to the right side, Wolverines. In across the line. Trying to bring that across again. Bandits flip off the boards. Ripley down into the feet. Schlender getting crushed in against the half wall. Down low, back to Schlender. Picked up, sent down. Now, penalty behind the play, tripping on the Wolverines. Tried to change, so 2:41. Latira. Puck picked up down and behind the net. Wolverines go D to D. Kopech over to Conlon. Conlon brings it in over the blue line. Camus. Brought across the red. Shot gets sent in. So now it's a power play. 2:18 to go in the period. 1:35 in the power play. Gets in behind. Robertson. Burke, up ahead, Burke, looking for the shot, gets tipped wide. 1:52 to go. Back him by for Robertson. Schlender, lead play, gets to Camus. Trying to bring that over the line. On the blue line, back down to Camus. He'll work it across. Bandits, Robertson, shot through, tipped. That one just wide. Now bouncing, trying for it. Good look there behind the net, or from the side of the net. Now to Robertson. Gonna send it in behind again. 30 seconds left to go. Latira penalty. Picked up, Burke. Over to Robertson. Tipped low. Minute to go. Fandon. Back to the corner. Robertson. Head up. Surveying, under a minute play here. Left side, Bandits. Bring it across the line. Back to 5-on-5, so after the penalty troubles. Tries to shoot that on, and now maybe the net went off as the whistle goes. Face off here. Trying to get that puck up ahead. It's over here to McLean. McLean shoots, rolling up in front, another chance. 20 seconds. Down low on the end board. Centering, back to line. Parsons, shot, scores! Parsons on the clap bomb with 12 seconds to go, and the Bandits take the lead through all sorts of traffic. I don't know how that one made it, but it was picture perfect. And that might be his first goal of the season as they ask for the puck. That was a great look. Great. At center, puck dropped in. Flipped over by Cameron. Grabbed on the red line, 5 seconds to go. And with 2 seconds remaining, that will do it. So after an undoubtedly entertaining 2 periods, we'll be back for the third in about 10. All right, everybody, we are back here for the third and final period of action, potentially, between the Bandits and the Wolverines. 3-2 game after a late goal by the Bandits. Gave them the lead, trying to start out hot here and keep that momentum. Bandits back in behind in the corner. That's grabbed off the wall, shot, and tipped high. Puck is picked up, sent back near center. Wolverines now bring that down the right side. In over the line, tries to get that pass across. Camus will have to pull it back. And behind on the end boards, Bandits. Oh, what a big hit there, finishing the check. And gonna be slow to get up there from the corner. It's McLean. Camus. He'll grab, fires it into the end boards. That got the Wolverines up early. Trying to get some momentum here after going down late in the second and a big old clip hit there in the middle. Trying to go back the other way now. McLean on the end boards. That hits off the glass. Trying to move. Comes over. Wolverines. Across the line, shot, snagged out of the air by Fry. We get the whistle. Wolverines shoot to the corner. Picked up by the Bandits. Leading play. Down here in front, Burke tries to get that through to Young. McDonald now back in behind for Parsons. Parsons over to Young. Into the feet. Hayes chases. Hayes back in behind over to Young again. He'll step in. Shoots that on, it's steered to the corner. Sim pressuring. Down low. Wolverines survey up to Shear. Into the feet, Shear picks it up on the other side. Trying for an angle, steps in and the shot goes high. Tipped up in the sky, comes back down for the Bandits. Smith gets the pass across. Cameron. Swept out there. Otaria. He went down. Not happy about that one. That flipped in. Oh, and two players had their helmets tied up on the bench. Happens actually more than you think. Not a ton, but more than you think. Puck in behind. Wolverines. Along the end boards. Trying to get that by Kopech. Pass. picked up in over the blue line. Couple minutes gone here in the third. That wraps up along the boards and now hustled out the other way. Bandits. Bandits. All right, sorry about that, folks. Just having to work through some technical difficulties at another rink, not our game here. Still 3-2. As we'll let that run down. And just inside 15 minutes gone here. Down the right. That one tried to push back to the middle. Wolverines. Chair. D to D. Trying to move that up back to McDonald. McDonald snaps that through. Atara hit hard in along the boards there. Robertson looks for it. Works around to Sim. Sim on the blue line. Shot sent in behind. The arm up and penalty coming. And that'll be to the Bandits. Puck on the right side here. Played across. Shot by the Wolverines. Backing around. Steps in. Pushed aside. Shot Goes high in the sky, comes back down on the left side into the end boards. Wolverines with a minute to go on the power play, trying to tie this game up. Up ahead, Sim between the legs to the end boards, kissed off the glass, heads all the way back. Pass connects on the right side, McDonald. In over the line. McDonald. Big layout hit there down low. Separating man from puck. Try to swing that back around. Hits the side of the net. Into the middle. Shot. Doesn't make it through. From the corner. Back to Ripley. Ripley bouncing puck down low. Tried to knock that back in around McDonald. Down low, pinched in along the boards, fanned on by the Bandits, back to Shear. And the arm goes up for another penalty. That one's gonna be a slash on the Wolverines, so power play done. So, face off down here on the left. Puck. One back to Robertson. Robertson over to Camus. Tries to get that through. It's intercepted. 4-on-4 for another second. Cameron rejoins, so power play for the Bandits. 12 minutes to go. Robertson. Down low. Picked up, handed off to the right side. Camus. Gets it along the end boards. Gauthier flicks that up, stopped. Just going around, whacking at it, and that was a good chance. Almost had it opened up. Burke, left side. Robertson, shot, gloved out of the air. Puck down low, shot, another save in there, and covered up now. 11:28 to go. Minute 10 on the power play. Back to Robertson. Robertson to the left side, Cameron. Cameron plays it across on the ringette line, back to the Bandits. Camus steps in to Robertson. An insurance marker would be huge here as we head into the second half of the third. Robertson steps in, shot, gloved out of the air for a big save. And now so time needs to go back on the clock here again. Face off on the left. So I think they're gonna add 7 seconds on here. So they're going to hold for a second as the power play continues. And now they'll let it go. Over to the right side on the ring out line. Shot comes over down to the left. So back to normal here. 52 seconds on the power play. Chandler steps in. Shot, scores! And Chandler through the legs, and 4-2 the score on a power play marker. And the Bandits get that all-important insurance marker on their 37th shot of the game. And things are getting a little testy down here at ice level. For you, as you watching at home, wondering what the temperature is, it's cold, it's a little hot. From the timekeepers to the coaches to the refs to the players. It's been an interesting one here today. Puck there on the left side. And now another penalty. And it's a marching band to the penalty box. So sitting for two now is Cameron. So we'll, like I said, so that one's going to be coincidentals on the roughing, but just trying to get their piece in here. All right, so 11 minutes left to go here. It's 2-goal lead. Wolverines needing one next. That one's shot back and behind for Sim. Puck tip, so no ice. Back and behind. Falling down in the corner and being hauled down. Tied up, and it's wrapping around the half wall. McDonald. Down the right side. Played in on the end boards, and another tangle up back there. Puck gets high in the sky, comes back down. Now a penalty in behind the play, and it was for the extra little whack at it, and it'll be to the power play for the Wolverines. So crucial PK coming here as McLean, the captain's gonna sit for two. Face off on the right, so another penalty, 2 minutes of a big kill here, and the Wolverines can get themselves right back in it, or it could be 2 valuable minutes off the clock. We will see as the Wolverines from the back end start up ahead. Get that to Parker. Parker trying to get it to Kopech on the right side. Parker digging away. Comes back to Ripley. Ripley keeps it in just barely. Kopech trying to find an open stick. Can't force it through. Schlender gets on top of it. Nice job there by Schlender. Back and behind. Ripley worked into the wall. Parker played to the middle. Toe drag in there. And now penalty coming. And that was a bit of a slew foot. So the trip, I'm not surprised to see that one. And that'll be a 5-on-3 though. Trying to catch him on the side. He went on up with the stick, couldn't quite, so he got that foot in there. And it's a bit of a power for a party in the penalty box here for the Bandits. So now 1:16 of 5-on-3, down 2. And this is basically must score for the Wolverines. Back over to Williams. Left side. Brought in to the middle. Shot. Goes wide over to McDonald. McDonald steps in. McDonald. Back to Schneier. He'll get it to the middle. From the slot. No one in front, though, for the Wolverines, though. Rutledge has to circle back. Now they have a net front presence. McDonald shoots. Save made. Puck's free there for the Bandits. Backhand and a great play to clear that out in 43 seconds. Ayoit makes the stop. Up ahead. Down the right side. Against the board. Wolverines cutting around. Over to McDonald. McDonald shoots. Goes high and wide. And that's what you didn't want to do. As all the way around. It forces everyone out. 14 seconds on the 5-on-3. Down the left. Wolverines trying to bring that puck in. Shot. Save made by Fry. Loose in front. Whacked away. And the whistle will go. We'll head down the right side. Whistled. So the coincidentals are done. Face off on the right side. Puck dropped in. Shear. Surveys. Gets that pass down low. So it'll be 5-on-4 here for 38 seconds. Picked up and back the other way. Shot to the end wall. Ripley. Up ahead. Wolverines. Trying for that puck down low. Grabbed and whipped off the glass, in behind. Slowed up on the doorstep, 10 seconds, so it looks like the Bandits are going to escape this one untouched. We said it was a big part in the game. McLean lays the hit there. Shear now. We'll see if there's any more penalties to the last 7-18. 2-goal deficit. Burke flies out of the box, but can't corral that puck. Back in for the Bandits. Shot in behind. Pass the stick by Williams down the right side. 7:03 remaining, so we're getting close to the finish here. One on back. Shot blockered into the glass behind. Bandits down along the end boards. Into their own guys' feet. Shot goes wide. Over to Gauthier. Gauthier to McDonald. Taken away there. Stick knocked out of the hands of Burke. He thought there could have been a call there. Comes back through the middle. Parker. Punched at. Williams brings that around over to McDonald. McDonald, pass across to the left. Brought in over the line. Shot goes wide. Now trying to get it across again. Chased after. Ripley has to pull that in the neutral zone. Into the feet there of Burke. Wolverines bring it around McDonald. McDonald in over the line. Big body McDonald to the right side corner. Off to the other McDonald. Picked up by the Bandits. Shot. Chopped out of the air. No high stick. Back in behind for Harris. Harris. To the left. Half wall. Camus. Back down for the Bandits. D to D. 2-goal cushion here with 5:37 to go. It's spinning out of it. Camus. Bandits. Up the wall. Camus can't get it out. Ripley picks it up. Ripley shot tipped. Fry with a save. She steers it aside. Avoiding the hip check there along the boards. Down to the end wall. Kopech. Kopech on the right side. He looks for an angle. Kopech from the end boards. Falls down at the last second. Had a guy in the slot but couldn't get that pass through. Under 5 to go now. Ripley. Ripley shoots, tipped in front. Stopped by Fry again. She's looking dialed in back there right now. Back the other way. Pass up near center. McLean. He takes it and fires it to the corner. Down into the end boards, McLean. 4:17 to go, Bandits. Puck gets back to center. Berger played across, tipped up the left. McLean. Backing around, tied up on the half wall. Back to Berger. Berger steps over to the right, Shear. Doorstep, and that one rolls in behind. That was a good look there. Hard battle down there in the end boards. Two guys who really want it. Comes back, exits over the line, sent back in. We haven't had a whistle here in a minute as the pace of play way up right now. Bandits. 38-26 the shots. O'Hearn and over the blue line. That flies into the left corner. Williams looking for it. And sent on, so there's our whistle with 3:11 to go in the third. Puck dropped in. Down along the boards on the left corner. Parker gets it across. Back in behind. That should be sent down for the icing. 2:50 to go. Now we'll head to the left side. So, last gasp of air here, down 2 for the Wolverines. 2:49 remaining. Wolverines here in front. Schneier trying to muscle through, gets on the other side of the defender. Schneier in front, shot, save made by Fry as that one was a low seeing eye shot. Trying to slide that under the pad. Bandits pull it back. Back on the wall. Tied up there. Wolverines try to center. Comes back to the blue line. Shot. Fry gets just enough of that to steer it aside. Bandits flip it in the sky. That one gets over the head. And hand pass is the call there. 2 minutes flat left to go. Puck dropped and played back for Halifax. Lead played to McDonald. McDonald in over the line. McDonald shot. Goes high and misses top right. Kopech near the hash marks. Wolverines shoot, save made again by Fry, and another big stop and a shove there as taking care of business. Timeout for the Wolverines. We'll be back in a second. All right, face off here on the right side. Puck dropped in. It's amongst the feet. McCoy. Oh, wait, sorry, Yoit picks it up. Net's empty. Wolverines. McDonald looks for it. McCoy shot. Misses. Ripley played back over. Under 90 seconds to go. Tipped high with the stick, but it's waved off. Back over. Shear shoots. Blocked before it could get there. Bandits trying to look up ice. Puck shot down for the icing. 1:12 to go. Face off to the right. 39-39 the shots. So Wolverines have come alive in the offensive shot category here late in this game. Still down 2. Picked up to Ripley. Ripley into the shin pad. Bounces over. Bounces off a couple of skates here. Comes down right here in front. Grabbed by Camus. Tried to get it out. Final minute to play. Down the left side. Looking for the shot. Tipped. Glove saved by Fry. Still loose. Down on the board. Shot just off the post. Trying for the empty netter. No ice off that as it hit the post. Wolverines up the wall. Tipped. And with 27-second time running out for Halifax. On the back of the net there. 22. Back into the middle. Chance to line it up again, and it hits the post again. 13 seconds. Down the left side, 5 seconds to go. And finally, they catch the empty net on the third attempt. And now it's a back and forth. And with .9 to go. So 2 roughing calls, a .9 left to go. So they're gonna drop the puck here. That'll pretty much do it with .9. And as the tensions boiled over, some jawing there at center. It ain't gonna matter though, as the Bandits come away with a victory in a wild one here from BMO.